Where are we scatterbatting now?
We're scatterbatting to Vietnam.
Awesome. What's in Vietnam?
We're going to Hanoi first, and we're going to be going to a place that's near Halong Bay, but apparently it's nicer and less touristy.
Very good.
So we decided to go there. We're doing a 2-night, 3-day cruise, and then after that we're going to a place called Dancing Cave, which has about 500 steps up to the top.
Now we're balling in the bus on the way to our cruise for Halong Bay, and look at it, balling. Wi-Fi, water, charging port.
He's very excited, and we have a special guest with us, Tony. Say hello.
Hi, hello. I'm the special guest.
Anyway, we're going on a 2-night cruise around Halong Bay and then other places like Amanda mentioned. So it's about a 2-hour van ride to get there. And I'm happy to stay here for 4 hours.
I don't think it really matters which cruise company you pick. They all offer the same basic itineraries, but we do suggest you pick one that goes to Bai Tu Long Bay. We chose to go on Paloma Cruises because of the great online reviews. Though the tour is quite expensive, all food and activities are included, and we did find a discount site called Best Price Travel, which I'll link below. Also, don't worry, you won't be bored with all of the onboard and offboard activities offered.
Yeah.
Good?
That's really good.
This is the lazy person's paddle.
Squid. Looking for my calamari. I'll give you some facts about Halong Bay in Vietnam. It means apparently descending dragon's back. So if you look behind me, and you can see all the little islands, it looks like a dragon's back.
In Halong Bay there is about 2,000 different little islands, but they say that there's 1969 because that's the year that Ho Chi Minh died, and Ho Chi Minh was the leader of the country and everyone loved him, so that's why they say there's 1969 islands.
When was it listed as UNESCO heritage sites?
I think it was 1994 and 2007.
Very good.
We're actually in Mua Cave, Long Bay, which is like a bit further out, and there's less people here, less touristy. Yeah, but I think Halong Bay.
About the people behind you.
Oh, there's a lot more people in Halong Bay.
We did a private day trip to Ninh Binh with Golden Holiday Travel to see Mua Cave and do a boat ride to Trang An. It cost us about $64 each, which included a private driver and tour guide with lunch and a boat ride.
So we are in Ninh Binh, which is about 2 hours south of Hanoi, I believe. Apparently Amanda's going to get us to walk up that, which is, 500 plus steps or so. I don't really know too much about it, I just followed Amanda's lead. But yeah, apparently it's a very popular place, as you can see, to climb up the top and overlook all the rice fields here. And what, Mua Cave? Is there an actual cave up the top or something? Okay, so we get to see a cave as well.
Yay, we survived the hike. Woohoo!
We did, nice and easy. Look at the green rice
right.
paddies, green like carpet.
I'm not sure it was particularly easy. It was really hot. And
Just hot. I think the heat drains you.
Yeah.
There's not that much stairs, but it's steep and it's just hot.
And it was slippery on the stairs too. So I think, well, it's hard getting up. I personally think it's harder getting back down again. And
Highly recommend it though.
Yeah, no,
very
it's
unique
very
experience,
nice.
very nice views, which Amanda will post.
Yeah, but also I hear in May, the colour of this grass goes like a yellowy sort of colour. It looks really pretty. Yeah, so recommend go then.
Do it.
We're currently at Trang An on a boat tour. The boat ride goes for about 2.5 hours and there are 3 different routes we can take. The first route goes to 9 different caves, the second route goes to 4 different caves in King Kong Island, and the third route goes to 3 different caves in King Kong Island. We actually decided to go with option 2, the 4 caves in King Kong Island.
Look at how skillfully they manoeuvre around. Not smack anybody on the head. Look at Dean, we're all rowing and he's just sitting there relaxing.
I've got an important job, I've got to do the video.
Yeah, whatever.
So we are out the front of a temple of a very famous general, and it was quite an interesting story. In the 13th century, the Mongols or the Mongolians tried to invade Vietnam 3 times. Essentially, they got pushed back each time, not by the brute force of the Vietnamese army at the time, but really from their intelligence.
Great strategy.
Strategy. Yeah, with strategy. Yeah, it's a good word, Amanda. Well done. You've been paying attention. So they essentially pushed the Mongolians back 3 times by restricting their food access, so the Mongols had no other option but to actually retreat back. And even when they tried to bring a supply line, the Mongolians, the Vietnamese basically interrupted the supply line. One interesting story was with the supply line ships that were coming in, the Vietnamese would lure the ships upriver and then put these spears in the water so that when the tide went out, the ships couldn't actually retreat or go back when they were being attacked, and so they burnt the ships.
And their ships could also be impaled, right?
Yeah, very good story. And there was a really cool general or a leader of the army that used to be kind of like, I guess, special forces at the time, where he would actually be a diver and dive under the ships and drill holes into the ships so they would leak water and start to sink. So yes, very intelligent folks to push back an army that was really strong and world class at the time. And whoever said that Amanda takes us on vacation where we don't have to do any work, whoever said vacation was no work, he's a liar.
Said that. I always book us on adventurecations. They're much more exciting.
But the adventurecation always seems to be a lot of work, a lot of walking, climbing.
We have to remember 3 things about this place. Here you go.
Number 1, it is actually where Kong Skull Island was filmed. That's the King Kong movie released in 2017, I believe. And here's a prop from the movie there, and a boat that's going to shoot King Kong, I believe. What's another tip?
Tip number 2 is that this place is actually the Halong Bay inland. So if you have a look at the scenery, it's very much like Halong Bay, but it's just not near the sea.
Very much so. I think it has its differences, but landscape-wise are very similar.
The limestone,
in terms of limestone
and everything
cliffs
like
and
that.
things. Yeah. And then the third tip is apparently Ninh Binh, which is the area we're in, used to be the capital of Vietnam, which is quite interesting. But they actually moved the capital to Hanoi because Ninh Binh is actually located on a river, and it's accessible by the sea as well, so it's actually quite susceptible to invasion and to be attacked. So they actually moved it inland to Hanoi, away from the sea, so it was a bit more protected. So once again, an example of Vietnamese strategy and intelligence there.
What's great about the boat is there are extra oars so you can help paddle, and my favourite thing to do was race the other boats. It was a unique day out and we really enjoyed it, probably more so than Halong Bay and Bai Tu Long Bay, so we definitely recommend it.